Imagine you're driving through thick fog. You can't see the whole road ahead of you. You can barely see 20 feet ahead of you, but you can see right in front of you. And that's enough to keep moving. That's kind of exactly what building a creative career actually looks like. Welcome back to Get Messy and a Monday mini mindset moment. This is the mindset space helping creatives build sustainable, successful careers without losing their sanity. I'm Maddie. I've earned 7 figures as a commercial voice actor, and I'm currently in grad school to become a therapist. I've spent a decade figuring out both the strategy and the inner game of a sustainable creative career, and I'll never BS you about what it takes to stay in the game. I was watching an Instagram video the other day from a business coach I follow, and she described how she currently feels in her business and in her life. And she said it was like she's walking on a path in the fog, and she couldn't see exactly where she was going, but she could see the path and she could tell she was on the path, and she felt good on the path that she was on. And every time she took a step, she could see the step she's on and maybe the next one, but her whole destination was never illuminated. And that was okay. She kind of always stayed in like the fog or the mist. And I have felt precisely this way many, many times. My mindset coach, Amy Austin, would tell you her and I have had full conversations describing this feeling. And it reminded me of something called the cone of clarity, where if you're in a car and you're driving in the fog, you can make it to your destination if you go slowly, because you'll always be able to see right in front of you. And every inch you move forward, you'll see the next inch, and eventually you will make it to where you need to go, but you'll never have seen the whole path or the whole roadmap. But because you're surrounded by this cone of clarity, it allows you to take action, no matter how small or slow the action is. And it'll always reveal that next small step right in front of you, even if it never reveals the entire path. You can still make it to your destination. Sometimes we so badly want the full roadmap to be illuminated. We want the surety that we know where we're going, or that we know we're on the right path, because we want it to feel so clear. And we can think that the destination being illuminated means that we're ready to start taking action. Oh, okay, because I could see it, because I could see the whole path. Now that means I'm ready to start taking the steps on this path. But where you're going is new. Wherever you're headed, you've never been there before. So it's never going to be fully illuminated, but with action, you'll always be able to move forward. Surrounded by this cone of clarity, you are always able to take that next small action. Action is what provides the necessary information to help us keep inching forward. Action is the only way the next part of your path even becomes illuminated, and it's the only way you'll ever inch yourself toward reaching that destination. You're never going to have the full roadmap. The destination is never going to be completely illuminated before you start moving, because where you're going is somewhere you've never been. The clarity doesn't come first. It comes from movement. And every action you take is what lights up the next step. That's the cone of clarity. You don't need to see the whole path. You just need to be willing to move slowly through the fog, trusting that the next inch will reveal itself when you get there. So if you've been waiting to feel certain before you start, this is your sign that certainty isn't coming first. Certainty never comes first. It really never does. And I feel like we know this, but we need sometimes constant reminders to remember that sometimes when we want that full illuminated beaming light, that sign that's like, yes, keep going down this path, sometimes it's a lot quieter than that. And the only way forward is through this fog, is through this mist. And you'll always be able to see just enough to take the next step. So start moving. The path will show up as long as you just keep inching forward in your cone of clarity. You will begin moving towards your destination. It may feel slow, it may feel arduous, but you will be moving rather than standing where you are waiting for the fog to lift before you're ready. If this episode resonated, I would love for you to leave a rating or a review. It really helps the show reach more creatives who need it. And come find me on Instagram so we can keep hanging out. I'm rooting for you today and always. You're the real hero if you've made it this far. Thanks so much for hanging out today, and check out the show notes for any resources or cool info mentioned in today's episode, or places to follow along if you want to hang out some more. I'm rooting for you today and always. Stay messy.